Hello YouTubers, PDINA here. Welcome to Royally Teachable Moments. So glad you could join me today. Otis says hello too. Say hello, Otis. Now, I have to make an acknowledgement of something. Some of you are saying that my Mr. Otis is looking a little chunky. I don't think so. I really don't think so. But if you do, I'll have to just bring that up with his veterinarian and see what the veterinarian says, because that's what really counts, right? If the dog is not healthy or overweight. But I think he's just coming to maturity. When we got him, he was a puppy, and now he's a full-grown man dog. So he just is grown into his size and stature. He's really a much bigger dog now from when I first started doing my videos. So that might be it too. But let's go ahead and get into it. Now, what is going on with some most recent information around Silicon Valley Bank? So a lot of people are in a very bad predicament with this bank that has just gone bust. Yes, and people are saying that, you know, a lot of celebrities had their money invested in this bank. They would help a lot of startup technology companies. There was even talk that the owner of the bank dropped his shares a few weeks ago, made millions of dollars. I mean, there's just some really bad things going on around this bank, and potentially a lot of millions of dollars being lost by people that had money invested with this bank. Now, we can't say for sure, it's not confirmed, but this is the information that's going around, and I can see it. It's very typical when you're in these cliques, like, you know, Hollywood. People have friends and, you know, they give you recommendations, and this was considered one of the #1 banks for people in California, especially around technology. So I can imagine people using this bank that were referred, who invested a lot of money. And hey, look, up to $250,000 of it is protected, but more than that, there could be a lot of people who have lost money. So what I'm just going to be looking at here is some information that I found online that, you know, could be true or could not be true, but it does give one pause to think, could this be the case? So they're saying that Harry and Meghan could stand to lose millions of dollars in the collapse of the SBV bank. The couple set up accounts following the advice of friends in Silicon Valley. This could be a very big, major blow to the couple. They had all of their money in there. Now, I don't know if anybody would know if someone had all their money in there. I mean, how do you know they have all their money in there? But a pretty good penny could be. If we hear or see that Harry and Meghan end up going back to the royal family, maybe this would be one thing that they might do to overcome having lost so much money. And I was hearing that Harry had put a lot of his money from the sales of the book Spare in this bank, and they could be in a very bad predicament. They were saying that Oprah Winfrey had a lot of money in there. People were going up to the bank trying to get in. You cannot get into the bank. Now, there's a source that is also saying that they are preparing to sue the financial advisors over their failure around their investments with SVB Bank. You know, sometimes you just never know. You don't know if Harry and Meghan are putting out these stories to make people feel sorry for them, or if this is legitimate, because the source is not named. I just don't know how you get this information and are able to say what they plan to do and then make it known. It's very Like, you have to be careful because sometimes this couple, they just be like scandalous. Like, you just never know. You never know. And this is a person that has direct knowledge of the situation. They have been harmed, they're saying, substantially by this. So, yeah, we don't know. Okay, so ISN has also learned that Harry and Meghan may need a cash bailout following a collapse as SVB. Sources say that the couple were using the bank to meet their daily expenses and their monthly payroll obligations. Yes, so if people start losing their jobs, if people start getting laid off in big numbers, I mean, I don't know how much of a staff they have, but a lot is to be seen within the coming days, weeks around this story. A lot of people are going to be affected by it, and this could be a big major blow for Harry and Meghan and a lot of other people for that matter. They say that Oprah had millions invested in this bank, and like other celebrities, she went all in, and now she may have lost serious money, said someone who is familiar with the situation. They are also saying that they may not be able to meet their expenses. Harry and Meghan, following the collapse of the Silicon Valley Bank, they've learned that a bulk of their funds are now locked up in the failed institution. It's a complete disaster. And yeah, so if you have millions of dollars in there and you're reliant on this money, you're not getting your money anytime soon. So most people who are very wealthy, I don't think that they put all their money in one bank. Like, I just don't know that they would do that. Wouldn't they have their money in like different banking institutions just for this reason alone? So not sure how this is going to affect them, but this could definitely be some major blows to this couple, especially if they have plans to go to the coronation and all the expenses around that. I mean, you just have to wonder. You just have to wonder, is this couple really being affected by this? I could find that this is a very likely story. Let's just say that. I can find that this couple would have put their money in a bank that was referred to them by other people within their celebrity community, and they would have followed the lead that a lot of other millionaires are doing just to be in with the in crowd, you know, because you want to have these relationships with other people. So you're going to follow their advice. You're going to take their recommendations because it shows that, you know, you're trying to be a collaborator with people and to trust their friendship and to start to develop relationships with people who recommend things to you. So I could see this as being a true story, most definitely. And that brings me to my next point around Hollywood and celebrity. And you look at Harry and Meghan and what they will have to do to continue to make money. And we're not talking just to make money like when I'm trying to make me, like, can I make $1,000? Can I just make a few $100s for something? Like, I'm not talking about just trying to make, you know, a few $1,000s or what for them a few millions of dollars, like with the book sales or with the Netflix. No, we're talking like big buku money, huge amounts of dollars that have to be made on a continual basis to sustain the lifestyle that they are trying to be a part of. And to do that, you need to have the people that are in the gray suits in California, the people that are the movers, the shakers, those that help propel you. But there's no denying that certain people are elevated more so than others. And when it has been decided, even certain messaging and certain stories around life in general, news stories around real life things that we experience, connection between government and Hollywood. And a lot of times government dictates things or allows things that studio people, those that are the big wigs around creating big blockbuster movies, these are the people that have the connection to the government, and they're able to be a part of that chain to get certain information. Now, have you ever noticed things from the past, like really old movies, these things eventually end up coming true later in life. Have you ever noticed that? So that's just like a part of it. It's a part of Hollywood being dictated by the real life that we have. And some people are able to be elevated and branded around this concept. And I look at people like Tyler Perry and his work having, being a writer in movie productions and studios and the like. He would be the kind of person that could pull strings behind the scenes for Harry and Meghan to try to elevate their branding and to position them in a good spot to overcome the hardships that they might face had they tried to do it alone. So I can see right now that this would be something that a Tyler Perry could help with. Now, with that said, that will come around the work that they will do to make the millions of dollars that they need to make, because we know they need to make millions of dollars. And so the ability to do that would be dictated by the amount of people that want to help and support them. Now, the only difference is that there are a lot of people in Hollywood specifically that have a really close relationship with the monarchy. And so you're going to find those who are very much pro the monarchy and will stay away from the likes of Harry and Meghan because they don't want to go against the monarchy, which they favor. And so there's this conflict and divide amongst this as well. So you just have to wait and see what's going to happen, folks. But if we start to see their popularity rise and they start to get more traction with things that are not about criticizing the royals and more about branding around products and doing things with the entertainment industry or around government, then you'll know that they've got the support of other people behind them. And that will be something we can only see by what they end up putting out there. To see who's behind the scenes, essentially.